السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعين به ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد. جزاكم الله khair, my dear respected brothers and sisters. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless all of you. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide all of us and give us sincerity for us to go forward. Bismillah ta'ala. Today we're going to be talking about kind of the pillars of Zakat. And one of the things that we need to be aware of when we talk about Zakat is who Zakat is an obligation on whom. Zakat is, does anybody have must pay Zakat, or there is, it varies from one individual to another. So that's one of the things we're going to be talking about today. But before I do that, it's important, brothers and sisters, for us to discuss what are the punishments for those who hold back from giving Zakat. So you have the ability, you have an ability to pay Zakat, but yet you don't pay it. You have the ability to pay Zakat, but yet you didn't pay it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about this in the Quran. He said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم والذين يكنزون الذهب والفضة ولا ينفقونها في سبيل الله فبشرهم بعذاب أليم. Those who save gold and silver and they don't spend it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, give them glad tidings of a severe punishment. يوم يحمى عليها في نار جهنم فتكوى بها جباههم وجنوبهم وظهورهم هذا ما كنزتم لأنفسكم فذوقوا ما كنتم تكنزون. In that day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to fire. He's going to fire the gold and the silver that you have saved, and he's going to scorn you with it. Where? In your front of your face, and in your side, and in your back. This is what you have saved. This is what you have, and this is the punishment that you should receive for it. The question here, brother and sister, is that why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose these three places for punishment. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we will scorn them, and meaning that we're going to put that burning gold and silver that they have saved, and we're going to scorn them. We're going to put it in their foreheads, in their sides, and their back. Why these three places? The Mufassirin have said the following, because he said when a poor person can't come to ask for help from the rich person. The rich person here, for those who do not pay the zakat, the very first thing that they do, they might score, they might look upset at them with their faces, and then if they come back again, they might turn to their sides, and if they come back again, they might turn their back to them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because of what you have, the way you have mistreated the poor person in this dunya, in which that you frowned at him with your face, and you turn your side to him, and then you turn your back to him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to punish you. These three places. And another hadith, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "ما من صاحب ذهب ولا فضة لا يؤدي فيها حقها." There is no one who owns gold and silver. Gold and silver is an example. I said apply for those who have, all types of wealth. For those who own the gold or the silver and they don't give it right, إلا كان يوم القيامة صفحت له صفائح بالنار. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to arrange for him, is going to arrange with him plates of fire. فأحمي عليها من النار جهنم. Then these plates is going to what? Is going to burn. They're going to burn out of the hellfire. فيكوى بها جنبه وجبينه وظهره. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to scorn with it, his forehead and his sides. وكلما بردت أعيدت عليها. And every time it becomes it's healed and it become cold, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to burn him again with it. So why, يعني, why is this such severe punishment? Because at the end of the day, brothers and sisters, who have given you that money? Who have blessed you with that money? That isn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And yet, the way you treat this blessing by holding back money that you do not own for people who deserve it. And what is, يعني, if you want to compare what Muslims pay charity in comparison to others' demand. Yes, Islam only requires us 2.5%. 2.5%. You know. So the question here, brothers, is why the stinginess? And of course, for someone who does not, يعني, apply what Allah Subhanahu wa Taala ordered him, that's what he's going. You know. And the other thing, and Allah Subhanahu wa Taala also talk to us about يعني another experience in which that this experience happened in here also in the hereafter. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam talk about it. He said, "Man atahu Allahu malan falam yu'addi zakat." The one who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have blessed him with money and he does not know, he doesn't do the right of the zakat. Okay, what's the punishment for him? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Musila malahu yawm al-qiyamati shuja'an aqra." Out of his money, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make out of his money that he has saved, he did not pay zakat on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make a snake, a huge snake. له زبيبتان, a snake that has two big eyes. يطوقه يوم القيامة. This snake is going to wrap itself around him in the hereafter. You know. ثم يقول أنا مالك, أنا كنزك. And this huge snake would say, I am your money. I am your treasure. So is that something that anyone would look for to have? Not worth it. Wallahi, is not worth it. So this is kind of a quick reminder. uh Quick reminder for those, يعني, for those who neglect the importance of this worshiping. You know, um, يعني the issue here, brothers and sisters, is that this is one of the pillars of Islam. This is one of the pillars of Islam, and also understand that, يعني, after the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a series of wars called حروب الردة. حروب الردة. The wars where people left Islam. Why these wars came about? They came about because some Arab tribes, they decided not to pay the zakat after the death of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They said, you know what? They said, some of these leaders of the tribes, they said, you know what? Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam have died. We made allegiance to Prophet Muhammad, so therefore we shouldn't pay zakat anymore. What did Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, he said, oh, it's okay. They're Muslims, and خلاص, if they don't have to pay the zakat, then that's okay. No, he put force against them. Why? Because they neglected an important pillar of Islam. And if someone neglect and if someone deny a pillar of Islam, they're no longer a Muslim. And I think we talked about this when it comes to, يعني, the Salah. Here we're talking about not can do it because he have weakness or he has poor or he have a disability. No. Here he said, I'm not gonna do it, even though I have the ability to do it. See, we talked about this before. We said, yeah, for instance, when it comes to like Salah is the only, by the way, Salah is the only pillar, and that no one have an excuse not to do. For instance, someone might not have the money to pay zakat. Someone might have the money to make Hajj. Someone may be sick to pray to fast Ramadan. You know, yeah, these are the four pillars. يعني and shahada يعني it's anybody can do it. But the issue here is that salah is the only one that no one has it. The other ones what? يعني if you يعني you might have an excuse here and there. Now let's talk about a few conditions to on an individual whom zakah is an obligation. So who must pay zakah? The scholars they said there has to be what about four conditions. Four conditions. If someone has these four conditions, then خلاص, zakah is an obligation on them. Number one, they must be a Muslim. It's easy. If you're a Muslim, then you it's an obligation on you to pay zakah. Simple. Okay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا مَنَعَهُمْ أن تقبل منهم نفقاتهم إلا أنهم كفروا. يعني if you are a kafir, then يعني there is you have no zakah on you. It's simple. Two is the fact that you must be free. يعني on the slave, there is no zakah. You must be a free person. So you must be a Muslim and you must be a free person. Third, you must have the right amount of money. And we talked about this. We talked about this. يعني we talked about this يعني as far as what is what do we call a nisab? Nisab. Someone, like for instance, can I pay zakat on $5 and I only have $5? No, no. So you must have a certain amount that your wealth have to exceed a certain amount, and after that amount, then يعني then you could pay that zakat on. You could pay that zakat on. And this vary from one place to another. Like for instance, we say in America, should be around $4,000 or something along those lines. Okay. Yeah. So this is an approximation. Okay. So if someone have more than in America, here we're talking about in America, if have a wealth more than $4,000, then zakat must be on that money. Okay. The fourth condition, the fourth condition is what we call al-hawl, meaning that $4,000 you must own it for a whole year. Meaning that you must have that. Yeah, you did not own it for 1 month. Like for instance, let's say someone got paid $4,000, and then he ended up spending it on a car or something. Yeah. So does he pay? Yeah, does he have to pay on that 4,000 because he must have kept that money more than $4,000 for a year. But if you have that money momentarily, like for like a few months, then it doesn't work out. Okay. So this is condition on the individual that must be zakat. You must be a Muslim. You must be free. You must have the right amount, which is the nisab. You must have al hawl, that you must have it for your. Okay? Now, um, what is or are the conditions, okay, of the excuse me, of the money that you must pay on zakat? I have, and do I pay any sort of money? No. We're gonna talk about conditions. If somebody did not understand, please stop me. Here we're gonna be talking about conditions, okay, in which that makes that money that you have. If you have a money, a certain amount of money, it makes it allowed for you to pay zakat on that money. Okay, I'm gonna explain this. Number one, you must own that money. Simple. Meaning that, let's say someone have a $10,000, okay, but he has it as a yeah as a loan. Can I pay zakat on it? No. You have a loan, but if you own that money, that $10,000, that's something else. So the number one condition is that I must own that money. Number one. Okay. Number two, that money must be must has the ability to increase. Meaning that, yeah, let's say you know that I have, for instance, let's say for instance that I every month I make money. And that money that I have in a bank account, it continues to increase. Okay? And if as long as it's increasing or it have the ability to increase, then I must pay zakah on it. When do I not pay zakah on that money? If the money is not increasing, meaning what? Let's say someone, and he has only $4,000. And he doesn't, a man, or someone, for instance, let's make it more realistic example. Let's say someone he's not working, he does not have a job, and he only have $5,000, and he only have his money in the account for $5,000. Okay, does he pay zakah on it? No. Why? Even though it's beyond the nisab, it's more than the nisab, the amount of zakah. And he does not pay money on it. Why? Because the money is not increased. Like, so for instance, let's take this example a little bit further. This man, he's going to pay zakah on it. Let's say we made an obligation on this man to pay zakah on it. So this year, he's going to pay zakah, but the money is not increasing. Okay, and next year he's going to pay on what's left over. So his money, his wealth, it continue to decrease. His money continue to decrease. So therefore, there is no zakah on it. There is no zakah. Okay, so the money must increase. Okay, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "ليس على المسلم في فرسه ولا عبده صدقة." He said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said there is there is no, the Muslim does not pay zakah on like for instance, his servant or his cat, his like his horse صدقة. Why? Because it's يعني, that money is not increasing. It keeps the way it is. Okay. Number three, and يبلغ ماله زكاة النصاب. We talked about this. So number three, he must reach the nisab, and I think we understood this. What's the meaning of the nisab? Not the money has to go over. Fourth, it should be beyond his essentials, meaning that he has money extra. You know, he has extra money, meaning that, and it's not like let's say someone has $10,000 in his bank account, and he knows that this money he would need it for him to survive for the rest of the year. These are what his essentials. Does he pay zakah on it? No, because this is not beyond his essentials. It must be beyond his essentials. Does that make sense? I hope that this will understand. Okay. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَسْأَلُونَكَ مَاذَا يُنْفِقُونَ قُلِ الْعَفْوِ. They ask you what should we pay zakah out of? They said, yeah, extra, anything that is extra. Okay. Five, and five is also extra. فَلَنْ أن يمر على المال حول. That يعني 1 year have to pass on the money. 1 year have to pass on the money. So let's reiterate. What are the five conditions of the money that you pay zakah on? Number one, that you must own the money. Number two, the money have the ability to increase. Number three, you must reach the nisab. Number four, the money is beyond your essentials needs. And number five, you must have 1 year must have. Okay? Now, quickly, and that's the last thing inshallah we're going to be talking about today. What are the types of wealth that we pay zakah on? Okay. Number one is we talk money, obviously, currency, money that we have in the bank. Number two, cattle. For instance, someone owns huge amount of يعني camel, uh, cows, sheep. You must be it. We're going to talk about the percentage and the types and etc. Okay, so cattle. Here we talk about camels, cows and sheep. Okay. Number two, النقدان يعني excuse me, gold and silver. That is uh, gold and silver that is not okay. Gold and silver that is not used. So if you have gold and silver, you pay the on it. Number three, things that are of value that is you're willing to sell. Like somebody, for instance, have I don't know, he has one, $10,000 worth of merchandise. Then you pay the account on that $10,000 worth of merchandise. Okay. So and number four is seeds that people save, like wheat seeds, um, um, uh, like any type of seeds, pretty much. And seeds and fruits, seeds and fruits. So someone have fruits and vegetables, you pay the account. When we talk about what is the amount of the account that people will be pay on the seeds, fruits and vegetables. Number five, um, like for instance, call it الركاز, treasures. Let's say someone found a treasure in the in the ground, and he pays a account. And also, يعني expensive, yeah, expensive things that people get from Earth, like diamond, anything of value that people get from the Earth. Then we will pay the account. Gold, silver, expensive types of um, you know, الله سبحانه وتعالى said وأنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من spend and give charity from what you have earned and what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given you from the earth. And that's the indication for that. And that's the indication for that within. So these are the five types of money that we pay zakat. Um, so about, rikaz, which is treasures. We talked about fruit and vegetables and seeds. We talked about merchandise. We talked about gold and silver, money, and we also talked about cattle. These are the five things that we pay zakat on. Inshallah, next week we're going to talk about a little bit more details. What are the for each one of these types? Okay, and what is the nisab, the amount that we should pay zakat on? Bismillah ta'ala, we're going to talk about that next week. Inshallah. Any questions before we end? Any questions? Anybody have a question? خير إن شاء الله. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله